if you ask people why there is so much suffering in the world, most of them are likely going to tell you that it is because of greed. You know, why is there so much poverty? Well, because some people are so greedy that they hoard so much money for themselves that hundreds of millions of other people don't even have enough to buy bread to eat. Or why are people cutting down rainforests? Well, because they are so greedy that they are willing to destroy the very lungs of the earth in order to make profit. But nobody asks, where does greed come from? What is the source of greed? Are people born greedy? Are babies greedy? No. People don't ask these sort of questions. Instead, they are ready to blame greed, to demonize greedy people. But by doing so, they don't really understand what greed is and what makes people be greedy. What if greed arises because of certain conditions that exist? If that is the case, even if we take the power away from those greedy people, even if we deprive them of the money that they have made, still other people are going to pop up and take their place because the conditions are left unchanged. So let's have a look at what greed is. Greed arises when we have some deep, unmet emotional needs, and we try to meet them by seeking objects that cannot truly meet them. But sometimes those objects can provide us with a substitute of what we need. So they can provide us with a temporary sense of joy, of pleasure, of happiness, but they can never give us what we truly need. They're not the real deal. It's not what we are actually looking for. So let me give you an example to illustrate what I mean. A lot of people are seeking money, are seeking to acquire a lot of money so that they can feel happy or secure or successful, to feel successful. But no matter how much money they have, they never feel happy. I remember a study that I recently read where researchers asked millionaires who had from $25 million up to $78 million if they are satisfied, if they feel secure. And the millionaires said, no, we are not secure. And so the researchers asked, how much more money would you like to have in order to feel secure? And many of them said about 25% more. So they have 25 or more $million and they're still not happy. They're still not secure. Yet they think that if they have more, a few more millions, then they're going to be happy. No, they're not going to be. Arthur Schopenhauer, the German philosopher, said that money is abstract happiness, and that what people are really deep down looking for is concrete happiness. Therefore, no matter how much money they have, they're never going to be happy. There are also economic reasons that make us greedy. For example, in our economic system, money is created out of debt. That is because money is essentially given out when it's been created as loans. And there is always, or almost always, interest attached to those loans. So people who get those loans at some point have to return them, but on top of that, they have to pay the interest. What that means is that in our economy, there is more debt than money. So people are thrown into a situation where they have to compete for never enough. And that means that since there is never enough money, someone's success is going to be the failure of others. And because money is scarce, we don't know how much money is enough for us to be secure. So we try to accumulate more and more money, because who knows if we are going to have enough after 2 years, after 5 years, after 10 years, after 50 years. Who knows if our kids or our grandkids are going to have money. So that explains why a lot of people have a lot of money. And especially when we consider that in our culture, success is measured by how much money we possess, then you see how a person can become greedy. First, money is necessary for our survival and for the, security of our families. We need enough money to live for many years, and we don't know if it is ever going to be enough, what we have for the future. And there is also this drive for success, this drive to feel accepted and validated in our society. So if we look at those factors, we will see that greedy people are not to blame. Now, I'm not saying that we should not hold them accountable. I'm not saying that they're not responsible for their behavior. But they're not evil, and by demonizing them, we are projecting an image on them, and we don't see them for who they truly are. We don't see their true colors. So we cannot understand them. We cannot understand where they're coming from. And if we attack them and we don't address the root causes of the problem, then, as I said earlier, other people are going to replace them and be just like them. It is like a pimple that pops out of your skin because of the crappy food that you eat. You can try to treat the pimple, but if you keep on eating crappy food, then more pimples are going to pop out of your skin. So in order to treat that skin condition, you have to go and address its root causes. Only then will you get rid of the pimples. So yeah, greed is like a pimple, my friends.